So open your Firefox browser. So once you open your Firefox browser, you are going to see the menu bar here. If menu bar is not displaying in your system, just right click here and click on menu bar, so that you are going to see the menu bar here. In this menu bar, click on tools and click on add-ons. Once you click on add-ons, you will get the list of get add-ons, extensions, appearance, plugins and services. Out of these 5 menu items, just select extensions here and search for Selenium IDE. Okay, once you search with Selenium IDE, you'll get the list of Selenium related buttons and everything will be here, like Selenium IDE or Selenium IDE button. Install the Selenium IDE button to your system. Once you install Selenium IDE button, you will get that icon to your system. So which is nothing but this icon. So if not installed in your system, then in Mozilla Firefox browser, search in Google stating that Selenium IDE free download. Okay, so once you get this one, just click on add-ons mozilla.org English US Firefox add-on Selenium IDE. You'll get the option like this, add to Firefox browser. Once you click on add to Firefox browser, you'll get the option like this, Selenium IDE. So try to install in this process. If you have any questions still, please let me know, so that we will have this installation process one more time, or I'll share you the steps one more time for you guys. Okay, so here once you installed Selenium IDE to your system, there is a drop down here, or you can go with this button, or you'll have this Selenium icon here. Okay, and just click on arrow button, you will see two types of things: open Selenium IDE as a pop-up and open Selenium IDE as a sidebar. If you select open Selenium IDE as a pop-up, it will open like a pop-up. Okay, and if you open Selenium IDE like a sidebar, you are going to see it like a sidebar. This is what Selenium IDE is having, two options, which is nothing but sidebar and pop-up. Sidebar and pop-up. Now I want to show you what are all the features that we are having in Selenium IDE in today's session. Okay, in yesterday's session we said like we discussed about the Selenium IDE having supports only Firefox browser, record and playback option, we have export test case into a required format. These three are the major advantages of Selenium, right? This is what we discussed with Selenium IDE. But IDE is nothing but integrated development environment. This is what the definition of Selenium IDE. Okay, this is what the abbreviation for IDE, integrated development environment. Did you guys remember what we have discussed with the terms of integrated and development and environment? So do you want me to explain this one more time, or is it fine to continue with this? So let me repeat briefly so that you'll have that idea what we are talking about. Like, so environment, what is mean by environment? Here I am explaining this in a reverse order to understand it very easily. So integrated development environment. Environment is nothing but the place where you are going to communicate with the system. So what is that place where you are going to communicate with the system means, what is that place where you are going to communicate with the system means, this is the place where you are going to communicate with the system. Means IDE window is the place where you are going to communicate with the system. Second one is development. Development is nothing but you are developing something in order to perform some task, right? So what you are developing here means you are developing automation scripts using Selenium IDE record and playback option, right? So in order to develop something, you are performing some action in Selenium IDE. You are using the features of Selenium IDE, right? Which is nothing but development. Integrated means you are seeing whatever the pop-up window that you are seeing related to Selenium IDE 2.9.1, all the features has been integrated into this add-on only. You are not going to use the features of Selenium IDE from different places, right? So whatever the thing like file menu, edit menu, actions, options, help, basic URL, fast and slow, shortcuts, task pane, table source, everything you are going to see in this integrated place only. You are not going to gather all these information from different sources, and you are not going to place all the information into a single unit, right? So everything has been integrated into a single unit. Due to that reason, we are saying that Selenium IDE is nothing but a integrated, which is used for developing something which is nothing but development, where you are going to communicate with that particular interface is nothing but environment. Now clear? Is it clear now? So any questions? So I hope everything is fine now. Shall we continue? Yeah. Okay, fine. We will continue. So we will continue with the remaining features. As I said, Selenium IDE with the integrated development environment. Let's have a look into this features of Selenium IDE. Here you are seeing so many features in this particular add-on. So let me maximize this. Yeah, this is what when we maximize, when we are going to maximize. So here I want to take the screenshot so that I can explain you very easily. First thing, yeah, let me have this screenshot. So starting from first point here, you are going to see the version. So I'm doing marking everything here so that you will get one clear picture on this. So is my voice breaking for you now also? Is it fine? Okay. So just a second, I'm marking everything so that we can explain it very easily. So are you getting my point, guys? What I'm doing here? So is this visible now? I hope everything is fine now, right? So let us discuss about each and everything. Means whatever the Selenium IDE you are going to see, the window will be like this. The first and topmost pane is having the version number and the menu bar, right? What is the version number here? It is 2.9.1, right? And then menu bar, file, edit, action, options and help are the menu bar here, what we are going to see in Selenium IDE. Second thing is, here we have a shortcut menu bar. Shortcut means everything will be in a shortcut format. You are not going to use the option names from menu bar. Just you'll have a shortcuts here. You can use the shortcuts so that you can record and you can play even the script by using this shortcuts also. So due to that reason, shortcuts are very useful in Selenium IDE. And third thing is task pane window. So what is this task pane window? Every task that you are going to perform, or we can say this is nothing but task pane window or test case pane window, we can say. Okay, so everything that you want to perform or that you are going to perform in this task test case pane, that will be recorded and that will be saved in this test case pane window or task pane window. Fourth one is command or programming pen. Means everything, whatever the scenario or whatever the functionality that you are being recorded, that will be displayed in the format of commands, which will be displayed in command or programming pen. And fifth one is status pen. So suppose, let's say for example, you have 10 test cases. You are executing all the test cases. If all cases are being passed, then the run count will be displayed as 10 and failure count will be displayed as 0. Like that, if there are any runs and failures or passes or failure, the count will be displayed in this status pane. And final one is log or reference pane. So if log is nothing but, let's say for example, you have recorded one script and you want to execute the same script. Once you are executing the script, system will display the log whether the script is being passed or executing or failed. So if it is failed means what is the error that you need to fix will be displayed in this log pane. Reference pane is nothing but whatever the command that you have selected or whatever the command that has been recorded here in command pane, it will describe the command, whatever the command that it is being selected. Let us discuss in practical way or practical approach of this Selenium IDE. Any questions from this image? Any questions from this image? What about command, target and value, which is nothing but command pane or program pane? What we are saying, target and value are included in this command pane only. We will discuss about the target and value part also in through Selenium IDE, but I have explained you what is that particular window name only. So first thing is version or menu bar, second one is shortcut, third one is task pane or test case pane, fourth one is command pane, fifth one is status, sixth one is log or reference. That's it. So means these are all about menu names. We will discuss about command individually, target individually and value individually. Apart from that, if you observe this command or program pane, you have two tabs here, table and source. We will discuss about these two things also. Sorry guys. Now let us go to that actual process of that particular window. Selenium IDE. This is Selenium IDE. First thing is version and menu bar. Means you are observing here Selenium IDE 2.9.1. This is nothing but version. Second thing is menu bar. File, edit, actions, options and help. Here you are seeing underscore for F, E, A, O and help for nothing. Nothing you are going to see here. Means whatever the menu items that you are seeing here, Those are the most common menu items you are going to see in every document. It may be notepad, or it may be Word document, or it may be any other application, or it may be browser or anything. You are going to see file and edit option for everything, right? So like that, this is also having file and edit option for the below mentioned cases. Okay. Now this file menu options are file menu is having new test case, open, save test case as, export test case as, recent test cases. Like that, almost there are 10 to 15 options in this menu item. What is each and every option indicates to, and how we need to use these options in our Selenium IDE is our concept, is the features of Selenium IDE. First thing, new test case is nothing but it is going to create a new test case. See here, so here I have only one case. If you observe this one, only I have untitled. I am going to create one more new case by clicking on new test case. It has been created with untitled 2. If you want to create in a shortcut way, Control plus N is the shortcut. Means you are going to create third test case, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10, like that. If you want to delete any test case, just click on delete. Select that particular case and delete the case. Click on delete button. Okay. Now I have at least one test case should be there in this test case pane window. That is the mandatory thing. Even though if you want to delete, it will display a message like this: JavaScript application, where it is being showing there must be at least one test case in the test suite. I hope everyone knows the definition of test case and test scenario. Let me have that list. So everyone knows the meaning of test case and test scenario. So does anyone have any questions in these two things, test scenario and test case? These two are very important in the point of terminology what we are using in our automation testing, in our test automation. So without knowing these two terminologies, there will create lot of confusion when you are creating or when you are designing the scripts. So if you have any questions, let me know. We will discuss about these two things now itself. So any questions, guys? Yep. So test is yep. What do you mean by it is grayed out?
See, I'm clicking on the test case pane, task pane, and I'm trying to create the new test case, Control N, or from the file option, new test case. Okay. Yeah, it's not creating anything. So, and
what is the version
the right side, Control plus N, the values were grayed out. So it means it's like disabled.
What is the version that you are using? Firefox version.
2.9 Firefox, I need to check. Selenium version is 2.9.1. Firefox,
That is
give me a moment. Yeah, give me a moment. I'll check. Yeah, it's 56.0.2. I think it need to be updated.
No, it needs to be degraded. If you want to use Selenium IDE 2.9.1, your system should have either Firefox 46 or 47 or 48 or 49 or 50. So if you are using 56 means Selenium IDE 2.9.1 will not work in your system. Obviously, it will get out, or it will display a pop-up message stating that this version is not compatible with your Firefox browser.
Okay, fine then. I'll check.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So simple thing. So one more note point here. Continue with your point. What you said. I'm saying that when you are facing such type of issues, not only with Selenium IDE, any automation tool or any software, first check the compatibility. This is my suggestion or request. So if you are facing such type of problem, the first point that we need to get into our mind is like we need to check the compatibility, whether this software is compatible with our existing system or not. So without that compatibility, no software will work in our system. Not only Selenium IDE, even Selenium WebDriver also. If I'm going to explain that, so even later classes we are going to have that compatibility and all those things. Not only with Selenium or Selenium WebDriver, generic software also I am saying. If you want to install in your system, means you have to check whether it is compatible with your system version or not. So that is my suggestion before installing the software into your system. Simple example is Java software. Few systems will be compatible with Java 1.7, 1.6, 1.5, 1.4, and even 1.8 also. But if we are using some softwares related to Java software, which depends upon the Java software, your system should have Java 1.7 at least. My system is having Java 1.6, but this application is not working, means that is not the issue from the application end. It is the issue from compatibility part. Because of that reason, check the compatibility and let me know if we are facing still any issues. Okay, so meanwhile, test scenario and test case. So what is mean by test scenario and what is mean by test case? The simple and general question in interview point of view, even what is mean by test scenario and what is mean by test case, how we are going to explain the relationship between test scenario and test case. Test scenario is simple thing, we can say it is a single line description of the functionality what your application is having. If you want me to explain with an example, like Gmail application, this is a real-time application what we are having, right? In the Gmail application we are having different modules: inbox, sent items, drafts, spam, and trash, right? So one moment. So there are 5 modules in this. If you are going to explain about the scenario, what is mean by scenario here is, this is the project name and this is the scenario name. Means there are 5 scenarios in this function, in this particular application. First scenario, second scenario, third scenario, fourth scenario, and fifth scenario. What is mean by test case? Test case means explaining the features of each and every functionality. So simply we can say the scenario is nothing but what to do, and test case is nothing but how to do. That's it. So any questions still? Now we explained what is test scenario and what is test case, but what is the relationship between scenario and test case? Remember this point: test cases are always subset of test scenarios, right? Each and every scenario may contain one test case, two test case, or n number of test cases. There is no limit for that. It always depends upon the functionality, how big the functionality is and how many features are that are having in that particular functionality. So are you guys clear, or do you want me to explain one more time? Test scenario and test case. What to do means it's all about single description. Test scenario means it's all about single line description of the functionality. Test case means how that functionality needs to be performed or needs to be actioned. So which is nothing but test case. Any questions? Okay, fine. So I'm moving further. Ram Koti asked me a question: how do we know about these compatibility version details? So there is no specific specific website or specific software to get that compatibility and all those things, Ram Koti. Just we need to browse and we need to get the information from search engine itself, or else the person will get to know when the particular software is not compatible with your browser or with your system. Then only we will be able to know by displaying the alert message on that particular screen. As I said, for Selenium IDE, it will not Selenium IDE 2.9.1, it will not support more than 50 version. Then you are going to see a error message stating that this version is not compatible with your Firefox browser, like that only. There is no specific. So how to delete Selenium IDE? So just again go to add-ons. So let me show that option also. So there is a question from Subramaniam, like how to delete Selenium IDE as I want to install other version. So first thing, go to tools, add-ons again, and here you are going to see remove and disable options. If you want to remove, just click on remove. If you want to disable at that point of time, you can disable at that point of time. Currently I am not removing the software from my system because already I have opened the Selenium IDE for this training session purpose. So is that fine, Subramaniam? Do you have any questions still?
No, Teja, thank you.
Yeah. So any other questions? Fine. So let us go back again with this Selenium IDE, what we are dealing with. So here we are talking about the concept of test scenario and test case. Like that, test scenario is also known as different terminology for this test scenario, which is nothing but test suite, test package, or test group we have. And for test case, we have simply test or test script. These are the other words where we are going to use in our automation testing process, automation development process. So anyone is having any doubts here? Test scenario and test case. Test scenario is also known as test suite or test package or test group. And test case is also known as test or test script. And the relationship we can create between test scenario and test case is group of test cases is nothing but test suite or test package or test group. Understood? Why we have explained this concept here is, see here, I have only one test case here. I want to delete this one. What the pop-up it is showing, what is the pop-up it is displaying on the screen means there must be at least one test case in a test suite. Means you are having a default suite in this particular Selenium IDE 2.9.1. If you want to delete the test case what we have in that suite, it is displaying a alert message that at least one case should be there in one suite. Understand? Fine. So let us continue. File menu. As I said, new test case means creating the new test case. Open test case. Open is nothing but just if you want to open the existing test case from your system, from your local system, just you can go with open test case. Save test case. If you want to save the current selected test case, just go with the option save test case. We will see all these options in practical once we explained all these things. Okay, save test case as. If you want to create one more copy of the existing test case, then you can use the option. These options are similar to your Word document, new, open, save as, like that. But export test case is having very importance. Export test case plays a key role in Selenium IDE. We will discuss about this feature after all the features has been completed. Recent test case. This recent test case is nothing but whatever the recent cases that you have been saved and opened, it is going to display the recent test cases. Currently, I don't have any recent test cases that have been opened because I have installed the Selenium IDE just now. Due to that reason, it is not displaying any list of recent test cases. Add test case. Add test case and new test case is almost the same. There is no difference between add test case and new test case. Why? Because if you want to create a new test case into a new suite, you can use that new option. But if you want to add a test case in between all the test cases, suppose let's say for example, I have created, I have created untitled 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I want to add one more test case here. See, from where I am trying to add one more test case means, suppose I have two suits, test suite 1 and test suite 2. If I want to add one case from test suite 1 to test suite 2, it will be like an option. It will be like an option to add the existing test case into this suite. Due to that reason, add test case is also one of the options in this file menu. Properties. If you want to know the properties of the test case, just click on the properties. You are going to see two things here. One is file, second one is untitled 11. Untitled 11 is the test case name. File is nothing but if you have created anything, or if you have saved anything, or if you have done anything and saved into your system, you are going to see the file name here. Or if it is not displaying the file name also, that is not having that much priority, don't bother about that. It is all about just a priority, what type of file that you are using. Okay, now next thing, new test suite. Now you are going to see the features of test suite here. Till now, new test case, open, save test case as four options are there. The same options are being displayed here in case of test suite. New test suite, open test suite, save test suite, and save test suite as. See here, I am creating new test suite. Would you like to save the test suite? No. If I don't want to save, just click on don't save. Again, it is going to create new test suite here. Remaining open test suite means already opened, already existing test suite from your system. If you want to open that, you'll have that option. Save test suite means if you want to save the current suite. If you want to save the copy of another suite, you have an option save test suite as. Here again, export test suite, one option is there. We will discuss about this later. Recent test suite, I haven't opened anything. Due to that reason, it is not displaying anything. If I am clicking on close button, it is going to close this one. Any questions in file menu? Don't bother, I'll explain you clearly with practical. Just I am explaining the definition of each and every option in this menu bar. So no questions. I'm expecting questions from you guys. So I'm not hearing any questions, major questions. So if you have any, Add test case. Yes, we will see that practical. I thought I need to show it through practical only. I'll show it to you. Don't worry. So as part of definitions, I am asking. So any questions? No? Okay, fine. So we will move to the next menu option. Are we going to write code for test cases and test suite? No. As I said from the first session, here we are not going to write the code because every person will not have that much programming knowledge in order to write the code, right? So due to that reason, we have a very good feature in Selenium IDE, which is nothing but record and playback option, right? Record and playback option is there for me. So just we are going to record, automatically the code will be displayed in this command, target and value. Due to that reason, I didn't say to you that we are going to write the Selenium IDE scripts manually. So if you have that programming knowledge, we can write the scripts manually. But from the initial stages, my suggestion would be you can have the record option. Just you can record the Selenium script or Selenium IDE script or functionality. Automatically everything will be recorded and displayed it in this command, target and value. Let's go by step by step. Let's go with step by step. So first we are discussing about the features, and in tomorrow's session we will have that script designing part and all those things. Anyhow, I'll design the scripts and I'll show you how to execute and all those things. Fine. Now let us go to edit option. Edit menu. Here in this edit we have undo, redo, cut, copy, paste, delete. These are the most common options that we are going to see. Most common options. Every document or every application will have these options: undo, redo, cut, copy, paste and delete. Select all. So we will anyhow we are going to see these options, but there are two important options in this edit menu. One is insert new command, second one is insert new comment. Does anyone know about the concept of command and comment? Anyone knows the difference between the command and comment? What is meant by command? What is meant by comment? What is mean by command? What is mean by comment? Command and comment. No, let me explain. Command is simply an executable format. Command is nothing but it's an instruction where it is going to be executed. Yes, command may be about the code as it is a program pane, and comment is about the user given. That's right, Vidya. But simple in a technical way, we can say command will be executed and comment will not be executed. So whatever the point that you said is 100% valid point. Command is a part of program. Due to that reason, it is going to be executed. Comment is not a part of program. It is a part of user given thing where other user is going to understand what is the purpose of that particular program is nothing but comment. Remember that every program must have comments, then only we can say the automation developer or developer is following the coding standards. Without comments, if a program is there, means that is not the the program which is having coding standards. Yes, command is an instruction in code. Yes, exactly. Is executable, non executable. It's not executable. So any questions in this? Hope everything is good now. Next, actions menu. We have a record option. One point that we need to observe here. See here, I am going to observe this actions menu. Not even single options has been checked here. Record, play, entire suit, play, current test case, nothing, no option has been selected here. And one more observation that you need to have here is this red color dot is not been selected. Okay, now I'm going to close this IDE. Again, I want to open the Selenium IDE. See the observe the differences what you have been done here. See, did you observe that this has been selected by default record option? And one more observation is this action is having that record as checked by default. Means by default recording mode will start when you open Selenium IDE. Okay, remember this point. By default it will be in a recording mode. So whatever the option that we have, the shortcut option will be available here, the record option. And second thing, play entire test suite. So as we discussed the meaning of test suite, suppose if a test suite is having 10 test cases or 20 cases or 30 cases, if you select this option, it will execute all the test cases at a time. It will execute all the test cases at a time. Means indirectly we are saying we are executing one suite. Means if n number of test cases are there, all are going to be executed. If you want to execute only one test case or current test case, you have to select that one and you have to go with this play current test case option. Now play test suites periodically. This is one of the important point in the Selenium IDE. This play test suite periodically option will be used in order to execute the scripts without your presence also. Means in your absence also scripts will get executed automatically in your system. Understand? Note point here is at that particular time you have to open Selenium IDE so that it will execute the scripts automatically at that time. So what is this point here? Suppose now the time is 10 p.m. I want to execute the scripts. Yes, exactly. Is it like scheduling time? Means exactly. Now I want to execute the scripts exactly at 12 a.m. So I don't want to be in front of the system. Due to that reason, I'll just select this option and I'll create one new job and I'll select the date, time, each and everything. Every option I am going to select here. Every option that I am going to select here means for every 5 minutes it is going to execute the scripts again and again and again, or for every hour. So like that, whatever the options that available here, advanced options available here, I am going to select that options and I'm going to click on OK, so that the job will be created and will be displayed here in this jobs tab. And this activity tab will be displayed. Are there any schedulers created earlier? If created, it will display that particular scheduler date and time. Indirectly we are saying we are scheduling some task in order to execute that particular test cases or test suite at that point of time is nothing but play test suites periodically. Understand? Any questions till now? So here record option shortcut will be here, this red color dot. Play entire suite, the shortcut will be this one, play entire test suite. This is play current test case. Play current test case. This is for periodical point. This is one time symbol it is showing, right? When you click on this particular thing, if you want to schedule a particular thing, you are going to open that particular window by using that shortcut. So any questions, guys? I'm going to stop this session now. Tomorrow we will discuss about the remaining features of this Selenium IDE, and if possible, if we have a time, we will start designing also in tomorrow's session itself.